Hi everyone. Another thing I want to complain about is when I complain a lot in my real life, is when people say that they are natural born storytellers and then they turn around and complain about how hard it is to tell a story. For some reason, writers, and I don't know whether it's any other field of creativity, they constantly say absurd things that contradict themselves and contradict them. And it's just really stupid. It's like, if you're going to call yourself a natural born storyteller and then complain about how hard it is to tell a story, you're not a natural born storyteller, are you? So why you call yourself that, I don't know. Especially if you're going to whinge about how hard it is, because it shouldn't be if you're a natural born storyteller. But the cold hard fact is no one's natural born anything. You know, we're not born into this world knowing what a story is, knowing what language is, knowing what words are, knowing how to write, knowing how to put a story together. That's learned abilities. They are all learned abilities. It's a learned ability, me, speaking into this camera, because I learned to speak English being here in Australia and growing up in Australia. And I learned what a story is by going to school and learning what writing was and learning what words were and how to put them together. So no one's the natural born anything. You know, some people can say, oh, well, but they've picked up a paintbrush at 6 and they created this master. Have they? Or is it just paint on a canvas? You know, I don't believe in child prodigies, because we know with a lot of Asian parents, they will sit their child down at a piano the moment they can sit on their own and have them plonking out the keys. So by the age of 5, yes, they can do Mozart. That doesn't make them a prodigy. It just means that they've been sitting at the piano for 8 hours a day for the last 4 years of their life. That's all it is. It's just practice and rehearsal over and over again every goddamn day. So the next time someone says that they're a natural born storyteller and yet whinge about how hard it is to tell the story, call them out on the absurdity of their comment. Because I think it's high time that a lot of amateurs stop behaving in a very amateur fashion and stopped with the absurdity of the comments and actually understand what they're saying. But that's just me having a bit of a bitch.